everyone. Welcome back to the Anime Iceberg. I'm Megan,
And I'm Meg.
and today we're talking about Dr. Stone, episode 48, The Kingdom of Science's Counterattack.
And this summary for the episode is very short. Um, all it says is Kawako is forced to destroy Ryusui's statue to prove that she isn't a spy.
Yes, that certainly happens.
Yes. In like the first 2 minutes.
Uh-huh. This covers manga chapters 116, Miracle in Hand, 117, The Kingdom of Science Strikes Back, and 118, Silent Soldiers.
Yes, and this episode, well, the last episode was like the halfway point.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So there was like a mid-season break back when we watched it for the first time. And then they came back and started with this episode. So we got a new intro and outro. So we've got the intro is Haruka by Ryujin Kiyoshi. Haruka means spring. And the outro is Skin Shineo by Anli. I heard somewhere, I can't remember where, that Skin Shineo means suit yourself, but Google Translate says it means I love you. That kind of makes sense. But the outro is kind of the classic that this is something that's done in shonen a lot. I've seen it in Naruto, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, like all the main shonens is there's always an outro that just features the girls. But it drives me crazy sometimes because it'll feature the girls even if they're not relevant to the story. They're there just for romantic interest or just to like fill out the numbers.
mm-hmm.
There's a cute one
Yeah.
for Black Clover though. I liked the Black Clover one. But I think this one is well, for starters, this is probably ooh, I might say it's my favorite outro. I don't know. The previous one was pretty good too. But I like it because it's like sand art. It's shifting sand in front of a screen to make the images. It's really pretty and like it's super cute because it's I mean, yeah, it's the girl-centric outro, but it's mainly Kohaku centric, like using one character and focusing on them. So I like that better. It's very sweet. And the girls in Dr. Stone are relevant. So there.
Mm-hmm. They are important. I think it helps that the main character doesn't give a rip. So the girls have
As
to be
much
important.
as much as the show would have you believe otherwise. Always
Uh,
trying to, I don't know, there's always some, not even just with the girls. Sometimes there are some scenes with Gen where the show is trying to make you think.
yeah. That's like, now I'm pretty sure Senku just doesn't care.
No, his only
Um,
love is science.
yep. Yeah, let's get into the episode. Honestly probably one of like my top five of the season for
Hmm.
sure. So, as we saw in the last episode, Senku has made his little wow, my brain
Very
is
science-y looking contraption.
thank you. Oh, that's such a scientific way to phrase it. Um, they're making miracle fluid, but it is a slow process, so it's not like they can just like revive everyone at once. They kind of have to choose wisely who they're gonna revive first. And they've already decided that the next person they need to revive is Kasuki, so he can
Help with the drone and other
yeah,
projects,
yeah.
but he's just, they need their master craftsman.
Yes, we've already seen Senku. He can do it, but that's not where his skills truly lie.
Yeah.
Um, I wonder if he like, you know, I wonder if he's felt any extra pressure of like not only like, okay, all my friends are turned to stone and I gotta revive them, but also he's gotta now kind of take on these other roles that he hasn't needed to
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
while and just and he's with a bunch of people who like yes they can help him but they're not
Well,
sciencey.
yeah, all of their skills lie in other important areas, but yeah, not anything. Like he's the only one who knows what he's talking about with the science parts of things. That's a good point. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in his position.
No, no, but he makes it work.
Yeah.
um And so they go to the ship because they're gonna go get Kasaki. And first, it's being like heavily guarded because Ibarra has like realized there's an intruder, and they're like collecting all the statues and throwing them into the water, um, including Kasaki. The only one we don't see them throw into the water is Ryusui, because he's like dressed all nice, and they're like, "Oh, he's gotta be important," so they take him with.
Well, they ain't wrong.
Um, yeah, they're not. So they take him back to the inner palace, and this part I found so funny. They tie him up, just like, oh yeah,
Why?
he's totally gonna go places.
Maybe that's just to prop him up. He was in a position where he's kind of off kilter, so
Yeah, yeah. Maybe that's why. Or maybe Ibarra was like, oh, maybe whoever the intruder is won't appreciate us treating their leader like this.
she
Um,
doesn't.
yeah, no, he does not. And they treat him even worse because they're gonna figure out who it is by having the girls break off pieces of him because they're like, oh, if it's the intruder won't do it. And honestly, like this whole scene, I don't know how they didn't figure out who it was. Because you can see like Kohaku is obviously angry. You hear Ginro say his name, and it's just like, are you guys blind
Well,
and deaf?
they're apparently not paying attention
Yeah.
to our
Even
Kingdom
though
of Science
they're
spells.
specifically doing this
Yeah.
to,
Okay, the thing I
I
was
don't
like,
know.
I wonder who the intruders could be. Maybe the only two people who have blonde
Yes,
hair in this entire harem.
this too. Or probably literally like the entire island. Have we
Yeah.
seen one other blonde
No,
person?
they have black and dark brown hair, and I don't
Like,
think any of them have blue eyes, right?
yeah, I
No,
don't
no,
think
wait.
so.
Kirisame does. Kirisame
Oh,
does.
okay. Like, I'm surprised that they didn't see them and immediately think, like, who
Well,
are you guys? Like,
because Amaryllis, when Amaryllis first met the crew that survived,
mm,
she said something like, "The rest of you don't look like you're from here, except for Soyuz, and he is from the island." So, like, apparently there's enough difference.
yeah. And actually, I am surprised that there isn't anybody who's blonde because they are all descended
Yeah.
from the same six people. Like,
Well,
I don't know.
maybe the gene pool just like I mean, with them living in different areas, maybe there's enough difference in like climate and who went to Japan and who stayed on the island and like which foods they were eating and things like that.
Yeah.
It seems like the islanders also have different like their features are different because they have different textured hair. Like
Yeah.
they all sport some pretty awesome looking dreads. So I don't know, like maybe
Yeah.
thicker hair.
Or that also could just be like lifestyle too.
True, true. That is
Um,
I mean that kind of makes sense though in a world where like they as of yet do not have shampoo and stuff. So if you can't take care of your hair to like comb it out and to like dress it up all fancy, why not have dreadlocks? I mean that's kind of awesome.
yeah, dreads are kind of the way to go. Yeah, but anyway, they don't figure it out. And actually, Senku tells Kohaku to break up Ryusui on purpose. And so she literally like breaks him up into a bunch of different pieces, but like she's smart about it. Like she breaks it up into nice pieces.
Yes.
Um, and then they send their little mice mobiles, and she sends pieces
Uh,
of Ryusui back to the
Ryusui
science
bits.
team. Yep.
And in the manga, Suika just screams when she gets the parts, and Senku says, "Ooh, it's delivery numero uno!" And he calls it Operation Chop Chop Escape.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. It would
Also,
be
okay,
funny if Senku was like, "Oh, there's some parts we can leave off if we wanted to."
oh, that would be hilarious. But I think Ryusui would
Oh, who would not appreciate
awaken
that?
and yeah, like turn me back to stone and fix this immediately. Um, although you can, I think actually you can survive without that.
Yeah,
So, and like probably okay, when you got revived, like everything just heals. So
yeah.
it's not
There'd
like
be
there
no
would
way
be
to put
like
it
a
back. There'd be no way to put it back.
Oh no. Yeah.
You would definitely have to do surgery.
Yeah. Senku's not that mean, but
No, no. He knows better.
um
He would joke about it, but he would never do it.
yeah. Yeah, so they put Ryusui back together and they revive him. It's like a little bit different than like the normal revivals because he hasn't been turned to stone for that long, so he doesn't
It's cool.
yeah,
It's like the stone kind of fades instead of cracks and falls off.
yeah, because before I think Senku said that normally it's like the kind of like the first layers of
Yeah,
skin
like
and stuff have kind of
erosion.
have like eroded, so that's what's coming
Yes,
off and
and
like
that's why they have cracks. Well, the
mhm.
revived people normally have cracks when they come out. But this time, I don't know, I just really like the animation. Like there's this light that emanates from Ryusui and you can like see it thrumming and you can see his bones underneath his skin.
It's
Like
so cool.
it's so cool. And when he revives, you see his fingers are healed. They don't have the scarring, the blue stain on them anymore. Which I
Yeah.
was kind of disappointed about that because like when you and I first watched this episode, you and I were like, "Oh, cool. Does that mean that the villagers like Chrome in them will get cool scars too?" It's
hmm
like, "Oh, no, everyone's gonna lose their cool scars." I mean, yay, they're healing, but also they looked awesome.
Yeah. It was sad, but also it did heal them, so it's not the worst. And of course, the first thing Ryusui does is snap his fingers. And it's really cute because Suika made him a little captain hat because the Petrification Kingdom stole his hat. So she
And his
made him
clothes.
one. Yes, and his clothes. He yes, he right now he only has pants and a cape. They still managed to get him a cape.
Making a shirt
And
was too hard.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Oh
come to think
man.
of it, his pants are kind of like parachute pants. They don't have anyone who can sew here, so
Yeah. Yeah, it was too much. And they're like, we can stomach his abs, I guess. I guess we can deal with it.
yeah, it's a good thing he's ripped.
Yeah. Also, okay, I think we totally didn't say this, but the reason they decided they're reviving him is because they need his help to like locate everybody that has been thrown into the ocean.
Yes, yeah.
Um, anyway, yes, and it's so cute because he revives and he immediately is like commends Suika for being like the lone survivor. It's like so proud of her. Um,
They do give me sibling vibes.
yeah, so cute. And then Ryusui is Ryusui. He figures out the situation pretty quickly. He's like, all right, we gotta revive our buddies. And he thinks they're gonna build a what do you say, a kite
I
to get the to
You're
get them to do
wrong.
the yeah, so that does shock him that they're building a drone. But that's why they need Kaseki. Yeah, and so they go back to the ship. It's still being guarded. So Ryusui and Soyuz just jump into the water, but they don't have enough air to get to the statues. So they need scuba gear. This is Senku, they go back to their little hideout and he just starts tearing apart the lab because they're gonna make an oxygen tank. And they make one and I love it because Ryusui is holding the tank and he's like, even for us this is rough. Like,
Like we've made some pretty cruddy stuff before, but this takes the cake.
yeah, it doesn't look that pretty. And Senku's like, this is why we need Kazuki. He makes things look pretty. Um, and then they need to fill the tank with oxygen. And it's super funny because like at first it's like super easy. And Gen's like, this is gonna be so hard. It's because like, no, even I can do it. But then of course as the pressure builds, the harder it gets, and Gen
Yep.
is just like, of course, I knew it. And then you see like all the guys like hanging on a pole, like trying to like pull pull it down. And Senku's just like, "Hey, Suika, we're gonna need your help here. Like, can you dump water on it before it overheats on the tank?" Um, and he's like, "This is gonna take about 5 more hours." And then it's just like,
10 hours later.
yes, like total like the little SpongeBob thing. That didn't happen, but
We need Ian back.
yeah, yeah. But they got it. They have their oxygen tanks. And then now Ryusui and Soyuz go underwater again. They find their friends, and it's so cute because they find all of them, and they had like a little message system. They're like tied to ropes so they can like communicate with Gen and Senku and Suika, who are in their little, my goodness, their little boat.
Yeah.
So Risui like gives a signal, and it means that they found all their friends, and like it's so you can just see like Senku so excited. It's so cute. And they find Kasaki, but he is stuck pretty deep, like in the sand, and they can't pull him out, just the two of them. And they only have 10 minutes of oxygen total, which is crazy for 10 hours. That's literally 1 minute for every hour, which is wild. Actually, no, it'd be
Well, half that for
yeah,
the
so
two.
1 minute for every 30 minutes of pumping. Um,
Uh,
yeah, crazy. So they only have 4 minutes of oxygen left, and they gotta figure out what they're gonna do. And Ryusui starts like tugging on the rope. And at first they're like, "Does he want to come up?" But it's like some kind of Morse code.
yeah, it
Um,
went down differently in the anime. They ended up using like a Japanese Morse code for like the phonetics, and then
mhm.
they figured out what he wanted. It was like foo, and they're like foo, fluid, revival fluid, and that's how they figured it out. But in the manga, it was dot dash dot dash dot. So that's RF, and so that stands for revival fluid.
Mm.
I kind of liked it better in the manga.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense.
Yeah, I think it's
Uh,
harder when you're translating in the anime though, you know.
yeah, yeah. You gotta like fit the mouth flaps and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Risui does something really crazy. He like goes over to Taiju and like sacrifices his oxygen so that he can like open up the revival fluid, and then it'll
Yeah,
like,
it's so cool. He makes a pocket of
yeah.
air around them. He's so smart.
Yeah, it's very impressive. But he is really impressed with Soyuz, because first Soyuz remembered, uh,
He remembered where the statues were all thrown. He's like, so if they were thrown from
yes,
this height, they would be taken this way. So he kind of like
yes,
located them. And then he kind of like when Ryusui is about to revive Taiju, he has to stop because he realizes Taiju's arm got broken off. But Soyuz immediately finds an arm laying on the ocean floor. Is like, this matches. And Ryusui's like, how did you like find that so quickly and remember what position Taiju was in to get his arm?
yep. So they revive Taiju, and Taiju immediately knows what they need, and they grab Kasaki, and you see like everybody above waiting, and everyone resurfaces, and they're all excited. But I love Senku's greeting to Taiju. He's like, "Yo, you big O." He's like, "Yeah, there, he's reunited with his best friend."
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the
That's
end of the episode.
yeah, really good episode. I don't know. It's just
Hmm.
don't have everybody revived yet, but there's so much hope. And because we have Ryusui and Taishu back, it's like, oh yeah, this is all coming together.
Hmm.
But we have some manga notes. We started volume 14. So Inagaki Sensei says, I went to an anime convention in New York. I got to participate on panels where I blabbed about behind the scenes production stuff. The whole experience was really moving and exciting. The photo above, and it shows like a banner, shows a giant Dr. Stone banner that was hung right over the entrance, like bam! Even overseas, lots of people are watching the anime. I also got to meet lots of Senku, Kohaku, and Suika cosplayers. And then Boichi has the same picture of the same banner on his side, and he says, I went to New York. It's hard to express the various intense emotions I experienced there, but I did get the chance to discuss the manga industry with professionals trying to spread manga outside of Japan. 5 years ago, I saw a news report about a South American cosplay event where about 400 fans showed up. There's no manga industry in their country, but they still had events like this. That got me thinking. Surely there must be at least 400 people there who want to become manga artists. Something about that got to me. The thought that people might not have a viable way to achieve their dreams. If I were to turn my back on these potential creators, could I really call myself an ardent supporter of the industry? When I went to New York and had all those talks, I was doing it for those people. For anyone out there who's working hard to become a manga artist, I have nothing but love for you.
Now
Thank you,
Megan's crying.
man. But it's true. It's if you don't have the precedent for that industry, it's very oddly specific. It's not like I can say I want to be a manga artist and have like Scholastic Books say, "Cool, we'll hire you." Because what if they don't want manga style stuff? So there are other ways. I've made it work, but I'm not. I can't do it full time. So
Mhm.
someday,
Yeah.
one day. I tell you what, if I could study under any mangaka, it would probably be Boichi
Hmm.
or Sareta. She's pretty awesome
Yeah.
too.
Mm.
Depends if I want to do a shonen or a shoujo.
Well, we've got lots of ideas for both, so.
Yes. We got a Petrification Kingdom VIP file for Ibarra. 5 stars for cunning, 4 stars for strength, 5 stars for vigilance. He's 207 centimeters tall. Meg, if you would convert that, please. And his job is minister. Ibarra executes the master's order by his own ways and means, making him, for all intents and purposes, the most powerful man on the island. He was a fairly competent warrior in his younger days, but this ambitious schemer used every trick in the book to curry favor with the master and claw his way to the position of minister. Ibarra loves pretty women, especially those with young-looking faces, though he's not that picky.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's tall. He's 6'8".
Is that with the shoes or without the shoes, I wonder? Because his shoes are pretty dang tall.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's with the shoes because I'm pretty sure they count Chrome's shoes with his height because there ain't no way Chrome is the same height as Senku when he's wearing those things. They
Yeah.
got like 3 inches on him then. All right, and then we've got another file for Maz. Battle ability 5 star, work ethic 1 star, love prowess 5 star.
No.
His height is 182 centimeters. His job is the marshal or head warrior. A thoroughbred from a clan of warriors, Maz is a battle genius, thought to be the strongest in the kingdom's entire history. That said, he takes little interest in training and refining his skills. At the age of 7, Maz nearly committed patricide when his father started physically abusing him. He hasn't lost a battle since. Strong, cocky, and renowned, Maz is very popular with the ladies. He often gets who he wants from the harem.
Yikes. That's a random sad backstory
I
fact.
know! I mean, I feel kind of bad for him, but also like not that bad.
Yeah, it's kind of a
Not a
creep.
great guy.
Yeah. Just because bad things happen to you doesn't give you the right to be a bad person.
Yeah.
And he is 5'10".
Okay, that's pretty tall.
Okay. Yeah, we don't really have anything extra. Our lives are super busy right now, so we haven't had time to like make any bonus episodes or anything. Um, but like I said, we have stuff in the works, so be
Oh yeah.
patient.
Yes, lots of fun
Um,
stuff.
yeah, so we can get to our favorite lines. Megan, what was your favorite line?
Mine kind of came from Kohaku and Ryusui, but when Ryusui was revived. Ha ha! Excellent work, everyone! Thanks to your help, I have the distinct honor of being the only person in the world to be revived 2 times. And Kaku is right. That's exactly what he said. I love that she knows him so well that she could predict that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He hasn't even been around that long.
I know, he just worms his way into your heart.
Uh, yeah, he really does.
And what was your line, Meg?
Mine came from Senku when they were getting the little pieces of Ryusui. He's like, the only upside to their petrification is this piecemeal prison break. Heh.
He laughed. It's
Yep.
awesome. I want a compilation of just Senku's unhinged laughter. He had some, wasn't there a part in this episode where he was just going, ah, ha, 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 ha.
Probably. I feel like that happens pretty frequently,
Wait,
honestly.
no, wait. I think I took a screenshot of it because I was
Oh,
hoping
wait.
I was hoping I could use this space for our super special project I've been working on. I have no idea. You'll have to let me know if you can think of a point in that recording where I could squeeze this in, but
Okay, because I know there was a point in the episode where I was like, oh, you should turn that into a meme 100%.
I can't remember. Can't remember which one it was. Maybe it was this one.
This one's pretty good. Okay, I think it depends on what you have, but I feel like there could be some spots.
Gotta fit in somewhere.
Okay, what did we learn?
Friends know what's in each other's hearts.
That's thanks to Taiju. Who pushed the story forward?
Ryusui and Soyuz for finding the rest of our crew.
Yeah. Honestly, like everyone did amazing in this
Oh
episode.
yeah. I just picked those two because they did the legwork of
Yeah.
diving.
Yeah. All right. That's all we've got for this episode. So tune in next week for another episode.
Yep. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.